because of the COVID-19 pandemic, everybody got to know that, oh, there is a business called logistics. And the funny part is that Nigerians, or we in Nigeria, or let me use my state, Benin City, most of us think that logistics is just basically dying a dike, putting bus at the back, and boom, you go. All right. I am the CEO of Authentic Logistics. I have a logistic company, so I know what I'm saying when I mean most people think logistics is just buying bus and off you go. But that's not actually what logistics is. We have been discussing logistics. What's logistics? Logistics is basically the movement of goods, the movement and storage of goods, the movement and storage of goods from the producer to the final consumer. So they process the step-by-step movement of a goods from where it was produced to the exact person that we consume it is called logistics. Let me use, for instance, this can water. If this can water was produced by Olivia, so sorry, excuse me, this can water was produced by Olivia. So now Olivia produces this can water, maybe not in Nigeria, maybe in Nigeria, then transport it to maybe a warehouse, then from a warehouse, distributions are made. All those processes are all in logistics, both the warehouse storage, keeping of the parcel, the distribution of the parcel, they are all part of logistics. You understand? They are all part of logistics. So basically, we have three types of logistics, basically. And, you know, logistics can be done through land. In fact, logistics can be done through all means of transportation. All means of transportation. Like we said, it's movement. So it's just like land, your normal basic means of transportation here to land, air, water, what have you. So basically, logistics can be done through this means of transportation. I like telling stories, but I will now I haven't told X stories since I began this teaching. Now, we have three types of logistics. We have the inbound logistics, we have the outbound logistics, and we have the reverse logistics. The inbound, outbound, and reverse. Inbound, outbound, and reverse. My time is almost up. Now, when we say inbound logistics is where a product is received into the warehouse. Now, we have to use this analogy again. This Olivia is produced, is taken to the warehouse and stored in a warehouse. That's inbound logistics. So outbound logistics is just the opposite. The dispersal of that product from the warehouse, the giving out of that product from the warehouse. When that product is taken out from the warehouse, that's what we call outbound logistics. But the third one is called reverse logistics. Now, most of us know our canned drink, okay, if you notice, you don't see most of this canned water on the ground anymore because there is what we call reverse logistics on this canned water. Because the company puts a price tag on this parcel that if you can bring this container back, then you can get a remuneration, you can get a token if you can get this back. Same with bottles. So the process of taking this container back to the producer is what we call reverse logistics. Is what we call reverse logistics. So quickly, let's move to the next section. The next section. Sorry, I'm looking for my notes. Okay. Business relationship with logistics. Now, like we have said, logistics is just basically the movement of goods and parcel. We are not producing in Nigeria. We produce basically nothing in Nigeria. So many times we import all these things to the country, and that's all logistics. Even when it still gets to your shop is just like the warehouse. Before it moves, you sell out to the final consumer. All those processes are logistics. Now, E-commerce have come to stay, sir. I'm sorry to say, I might not be too cool tonight to your taste. E-commerce have come to stay and have come to that traditional way of selling. E-commerce is the new deal. E-commerce will not go because you don't like e-commerce. E-commerce have come to stay. So as one that is an entrepreneur that's willing to adapt to change, I don't know why this will keep me like this. Sorry. As one as an entrepreneur that's willing to adapt to change, what you need to do is to leverage on e-commerce. What you need to do is to leverage on e-commerce. Right now, sir, right now, man, we have companies that are already thinking of how to what word they are already making plugin for their logistic business. In that, when you buy from a WooCommerce, when you buy from somewhere, they already have a plugin, their own company plugin that they put into that website you are buying from, that automatically they will be the one to do your own logistics. Do you understand? So e-commerce and logistics, they are 5 and 6. Like I said here in my book, I said logistics is the lifeline of e-commerce, is the blood of e-commerce, is the powerhouse of e-commerce. GIG has a slogan. I will not tell you the slogan. Go to any GIGL, not just GIG Motors now, GIG Logistics Care Center. You see that slogan there. That slogan is particular to them. The e-commerce is the lifeline of logistics, and you need to leverage on this, sir. You need to leverage on this for your own business to scale, for your own business to grow. If you want your business to grow to scale bound, then you cannot do without logistics. Do you understand? You cannot do without logistics. Let me share stories because I've been talking too much. I've been talking and it seems not to be practicable. Let me bring practical experience from our everyday life. You know, earlier today I sacked one of my riders. And I'm not a bad person. I'm not a bad person. No, sorry. Let me debate a little. I attended a conference some time ago. I normally had this feeling like, oh, how can a Christian sack somebody? So then, when I was still naive and young, I was not an entrepreneur. Then neither was I a CEO. So I was like, how can you sack somebody? How will the family feel? Then I went to a Christian program, and the manager of Rain Oil Gas, you know the man. He came to that program that day and he said, sacking is normal. Then they asked him, sir, how do you manage to sack people even as being a believer? He said, even before I came here this morning, I sacked somebody. Even before coming here this morning, I sacked somebody. And he said something that was profound that I will never forget. He said that if my wife will not make my business to move forward, I will sack my wife. I will keep her at home and be paying her. Because if that business pack up tomorrow, me, myself, and my family will go to the street and start looking for a job. Do you understand? If this business pack up tomorrow, me, myself, and my family will go out to start looking for a job. So I just deviated a little. Now, why did I sack this rider? This rider was not giving me the optimal value I am paying for. You understand? This rider was not giving me the optimal value I'm paying for. In logistic business, there's one thing that's very crucial. It's time. You have to be very time conscious. You have to keep record. And this rider, I've told him over time, sir, keep record, be time conscious. And he's not giving me that. And not any will come. I will not tell him stories. I will have to pay him his full salary. So I would rather do away with somebody that might even be a cankerworm in the camp and thereby leading other riders to behave like him. Remove him and focus on making my delivery swift, making my logistics swift. So as a business that's running, or as an e-commerce business, not or as an e-commerce business that's running, one thing you should focus on is focusing on getting swift delivery, swift, efficient, and Cheap, not okay. Let me not use the word cheap. Affordable. Affordable is the word. Affordable delivery to your client. So how will you do this? How will you do this? How can you get affordable delivery to your client? This is first thing you need to do. Meet a logistic company, discuss with them, negotiate with them. There's this client of mine we currently work with. If you live around the University of Benin, she came to meet me and she was like, okay, I'll be doing close to 10 deliveries daily. How is your subsidy rate? How are you going to subsidize for me? I was like, okay, 10 deliveries is a good deal. Good or bad, you should be bringing nothing less than 3,000 into the company daily. That means I told her if you can get 10 deliveries daily, I'll give you one free delivery. That's one. Then two, for your 10 deliveries, I will make normally within Ugbowo, the amount we take for delivery within Ugbowo is 500 naira. So if you can be bringing this 10 delivery, I will slash your own to 300 naira within Uniben, within Ecosodin, within BDPA. We'll make it for you 300 naira. No, okay, yes, no. Within Ecosodin and Uniben, we'll make it 300 naira. Then BDPA and Osagie will make it 400 naira. Then around what's it called? Ring Road area, New Benin area, we can make it 8,000 naira. So we just left it at fixed price like that. So it can hasten her sales. So if our client hears that, oh, delivery is 300 naira, just buy food. Funny enough, there was one thing I told her that I think she has incorporated, I don't know. This is what you need to do. Don't tell client delivery fee. No. Negotiate with a delivery company, put your delivery fee in your product, then tell them that they will have free delivery. That Nigerians cannot resist the word free. So once you tell them they are going to have free delivery for any parcel they order for you, unknown to them that they have paid for that delivery at a subsidized rate because you have negotiated with a delivery company. You understand? So it make your business faster. Just imagine this. I bought this fine shirt from A&A company, and I was like, oh, do you know A&A sold this quality shirt for me? And funny enough, A&A even went as far as giving me free delivery. Oh, won't you buy from A&A? That's word of mouth. I will tell my friend. My friend will tell his friend. His friend will tell his friend. His friend will tell his friend. Like that, A&A is going because he had the wisdom of negotiating with a logistic company and had the wisdom of putting it at a fixed subsidized rate and had the wisdom of telling his client that, see, you are going to get free delivery. Just buy from me. When others are saying, oh, you are going to pay for your delivery, no, don't disturb me. He has developed a system for them to pay for his delivery and pay for their delivery without their knowledge and still get his money. Somebody will say, we do not make the cost higher. Now, let me tell you something. Let's use the Igbo man sense in this. I watched a comedy recently, please. I don't know if you have seen that comedy about a guy singing that Igbo man and Yoruba man are selling some song and the likes. He made a profound statement. He said, a Yoruba man, somebody will come to meet him and be like, please, to all Yorubas, please, I'm not in support of it. I'm just trying to take a clue from what he said. So he said somebody will come to a Yoruba man's shop and he will like, I want to buy Samsung. Then the Yoruba man will say, sit down. Oh, but we don't have Samsung. We have LG. And the man will say, no, it's Samsung I want. The man will be adamant and say, no, it's Samsung I want. Then the Yoruba man will say, no, buy LG. The man will say, no, it's Samsung I want. The Yoruba man will try to talk him into buying LG. The man will still be adamant and say, no, it's Samsung I want. The man will leave. Then he will go to an Igbo man shop and say, I want to buy Samsung. The Igbo man does not have Samsung as well. So the Igbo man will tell him, it's LG we have, we'll buy LG. The man will say, no, it's Samsung. Oh, it's LG we have, we'll buy LG. They will be going on and forth like that. Then eventually the Igbo man will ask him, this Samsung you say you want. Say yes. Then the Igbo man will call Chukudi. Chukudi, go and buy him more. Once Chukudi buys him more, Oga is refreshed, Oga is calm. So actually, they did that to me. I will tell you my own personal experience concerning my bike. How I bought my bike. Let me finish this one. Then when Chukudi has eventually bought him up, then the Igbo man will go and look for Samsung first by himself. If he doesn't see, no problem. Then he will carry the man. So both of them will go to the market to go and look for Samsung that he wants to buy. Maybe he said it's Samsung he wants to buy. Then eventually he will go to another Igbo man shop and ask, people have this Samsung? They will say yes. Then he will not dust his feet like, okay, no, according to what he said we look straight to an Igbo man. Igbo man will look straight and they will both understand. So when he gets to the shop, he will dust his leg like the boss. Pop, pop, pop. Then they will say welcome. All of them will say welcome, boss. He will send the boss, he will give all of them name. Then he will send the boss to go and buy, to go and just do something. Then they will bring the Samsung. The man will hike the price, sell it to the man at that hiked price. Mind you, he has been searching for Samsung. So originally, the ideology of scarcity has been infused into his mentality. So even if he sees it as a higher price, he will die, knowing fully that, oh, this thing is not in the market. You understand? So having sold for him, then later the man will come back, they will do a calculation. Let me tell you my own story. I currently have 4 bikes, 3 to 4 bikes. When I was buying we bought bike, the very first bike we bought in Authentic Logistics Company. When I got to the Igbo man shop, the man was like, okay, he first of all bought me more. Let me tell you something. The truth is that I wouldn't have come back because his shop is far and I was tired, I was stressed out. I wouldn't have come back. But because he malt and egg roll, sir, the egg roll was sweet and the malt was cold. So because he bought me malt and egg roll, I took it upon myself to come back. I've deviated from logistics now to how to grow your business. So I took it upon myself to come back. That's what we call offers, CBs. He gave me an offer that I could not resist. Do you understand? He gave me an offer that I could not resist. So if you are able to inculcate logistics as an offer in your business, whereas you have reduced the price by negotiating with the logistic company, and again, you have also imputed the price into the product the person is buying. Maybe if you want to lose 100 naira at most, do you understand? You might lose 100 naira at most, but trust me, that 100 naira is like a seed you are sowing that will bring forth many fruits. Do you understand? That 100 naira is like a seed you are sowing that will bring forth many fruits. So understand this. It's not hard. Understand this. It's not hard. So in the coming days, you cannot do away with logistics if you must soar in your business. All business are going virtual. All business are going online. So if you must do well in your business, then logistics is your sure goal. Somebody is asking, what do I stand to benefit? What are the benefits of logistics? Now, firstly, let's start from the whole board game that made logistics to come to limelight in the new health issues, COVID-19 pandemic. I won't say the riders are immune to COVID-19. They are not immune. But for the fear that people don't want to even have contact with COVID-19, for the fear of death, everybody will be restricted in their houses. But logistic companies, some logistic companies, they're still working until the point where everything was put on total lockdown. So those logistic companies that were still working, they could shield themselves, just like those nurses and doctors that go to COVID-19 patients had a wear overall. So these people can wear overall and go and help you get things. So you don't contact the disease, but you are safe and they bring what you want for you. So for health reasons, COVID-19 is good for you. Sorry, I said COVID-19, I beg your pardon. Logistics is good for you, it's good for your business as well, for health reasons. Then, For security reasons, this one cannot be overemphasized. This one cannot be overemphasized. We have had a series of cases. I am in one business group where somebody will say, come and do house delivery for me. Man, sir, please don't go. Send a logistic person to go and do house delivery for that one. Oh, won't they use the logistic person? No, the logistic person will not definitely enter inside your house. No, now what is he coming to do inside your house? He will stay outside. You come and collect your parcel outside. You're not entering inside your room. But if you are a lady, you went to do house delivery for somebody, there is likelihood for rape cases, there's likelihood for kidnapping cases, there's likelihood for death cases or what have you. We have had series of cases where people went to do house delivery and that was the end. So please, for your own safety, please ensure you use a dispatch service, ensure you use a logistics service, ensure you use a dispatch company. I sincerely don't have time. I would have loved to plunge into how to start your own logistics service, but I don't think we have that time to cover that. Again, it increases your capacity. Now, the time you would have been using to go and do house to house, just imagine you are selling and you are doing deliveries yourself. It will wear you out. Sincerely, it will wear you out. Even me, oh goodness, even me that I'm doing logistics, I can tell you, I know the number of calls that jam each other on my phones daily, like calls upon calls that come into my phone. And even as I'm talking to you now, I'm seeing a dispatch request for tomorrow already. It just came in now as I am talking to you now. A request for dispatch has already entered my phone that I will have to go and reply immediately I'm done with this class. So I know the box of phone calls that enter my phone daily. Just imagine you taking that stress upon you, coupled with the stress of your business. It's too much. It's too much a headache for you. So please do away with that. It's so that it can increase your capacity and also increase your performance. Then it improves your visibility. You have enough time to create marketing plans. You have enough time to think. You have enough time to strategize. Business grow by strategy. Yes, business grow by strategy. But when you are all around running from pillar to post, trying to satisfy your customers, you might not have that full time to even think about how to grow your business. And by the time you get to your house, you're already tired, boom, to the bed, straight up. So it stresses you out, and at the end, you just see that it doesn't worth it. It doesn't worth it. Then lastly, it can, once you outsource your delivery, it helps you to focus on the core of your business. It helps you to focus on the core of your business. Please, host, how many minutes do I have left? Let me check out. Please, how many minutes do I have left before I know if I'm taking questions? Or please, how many minutes do I have left? I have come to the end of my lecture. Thank you very much for sticking with me to this time. Thank you very much.
I think
Thank you.
you have
Thank
about
you.
5 minutes probably for questions. 5 more minutes for questions, yes.
5 more minutes for questions.
Yes.
Okay, quickly, do you have any questions? Do you have any part I didn't really throw more light on? You are still not clear and you want clarity, please shoot it on. Just raise your hand, and I think the host will unmute you, something like that. Please, I'm here waiting for your questions. Please, questions.
I think there's a question from Ajuri Daniel.
Okay. Sorry, can I see the question?
Good evening. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir. I can hear you.
Thanks a lot for the logistic business. We are so grateful, sir. At least you open our eyes to some areas, sir. We are so grateful. More knowledge, sir.
And
please, my question. my question goes on. I just have two questions. The first one, you make mention that we have different type of logistic. We have the inbound, outbound, and the reverse. That's the three types you made. And I want to ask, what about those firms that, as in the company, that they produce one thing or the other, and they do home delivery for people? You know, they do have their own logistic people within them. Which type of categories will categorize those people to? As for example, now those that do bread or those that are into catering stuff, so they do deliver home delivery whenever you call them and they will deliver at your doorstep. Which kind of categories are we going to categorize those ones? Do you understand the first question, sir?
Wait, let me try to get it clear. The people that do home delivery, where are you categorizing them into?
Yes, sir.
I got it right, Abby. Let me
yes,
that
sir.
then.
And
okay, continue.
The second one, sir, how can a novice like me start a logistic business?
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
I'm sincerely grateful. Thank you for your question. If you listen to the type of logistics I gave, as an inbound logistics where a product is received from into the warehouse, then outbound logistics where a product is sent out of the warehouse. So in this kind of logistics now, there's actually not an intermediate of warehouse per se. Are you with me?
Yes, I'm with you. I'm with you, sir.
Okay. There is actually not a warehouse that you might say a storage center, but there is a point of production. So, are you with me, sir?
Yes, I'm with you. I'm with you, sir.
Okay. There's a point of production. So we can also call that their point of production, their warehouse.
Okay.
So the process of the raw materials coming into the processing plant, that's inbound logistics. So the process of taking everything out from that place is called outbound logistics. So for instance, if I have a shop in New Benin and I buy clothes to my shop, that's inbound logistics. So if that clothes move from my shop to somebody's house, that's outbound logistics.
Okay, sir. Okay. Thank you.
Are we clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So starting a logistic business, starting your own logistic business. This is one thing. This is a secret that. Okay, I have a class coming up. On how step by step. Sorry. Host, am I permitted to share this? I'm sorry. Say it, please. Am I permitted to share this? Is she with us?
Okay, we can share it later. We have a group. I could share the information with them on the group, but then you can share an extract from it.
Okay, let me just see. So I have a course currently that I'm reading how to step by step on starting a logistic, but I will just touch a little on it now. One thing I will advise anybody to, if you are starting out as a logistic agent, is don't buy bike first. Many times it sounds weird. It sounds extremely weird. Now let me tell you the story of a friend. Currently, we have a group of CEOs that have bikes, that own bikes, and are into logistics. There's this friend of mine called Santa. Santa Logistics he has been into logistics for like past 4 or 5 years. He actually started when he was in inside University of Benin. So then Santa normally do leg delivery. Like he was a student and he was still doing delivery. For somebody, this is an idea. If you can, you can jot it down. This is an idea. So when he uses his colleagues, that's when the work comes to him, and then he was charging 100 naira. But you will pay his transport fare. You understand? So he can help you go and buy something, then he will charge you 100 naira, then you will pay his transport fare. But for you, you can decide how much you want to charge. So instead of trying to go and buy bags, leave bag first. build customer base. Where most people get it wrong is that, boom, I have the money, let me go and buy bike. I'm starting in logistics, and boom, you have bike, you definitely will employ a rider, month will end, and you want to, the rider will not hear that there's no work. That's not his business. It's not his responsibility to provide clients. It's your responsibility as the CEO, as the chief execution officer to provide clients, to make sure the business is going well, to make sure everything is going fine. So it's your responsibility to provide clients. So the client don't come, it doesn't concern the rider, and you must pay him his salary at the end of the month. That's coupled with bike repair, coupled with the papers you need to buy, coupled with the series of registrations you need to do, coupled with the money you are using to buy fuel, coupled with a lot of stress. So if you are starting out in logistics, the first thing I advise you do, build your customer base. I have other points, other strategy I've outlined out that you can use to build your customer base. And boom, when you come out and you have your logistics, it will be a bomb. And people will be like, where did this one come out from? Unknown to them, you have been doing your underground work. Do you understand? You have been doing your underground work. You have been branding yourself as a logistics and courier service that is based in so and so place. You have been doing your underground work. You have built enough customer base. So at that time, when you have a bike, your bike will be an advantage and not a liability at that time. I hope this answers your question.
Exactly, sir.